Hi, happy Monday to you. Welcome to VBC Daily3. Welcome back to those of you who have been following us, or welcome to you if you're brand new to this. I am Pastor Larry. I'm the executive pastor at Valley Bible Church, and I this morning have the opportunity to share with you Matthew chapter 23, verses 37 through 39. And in our tradition, the way we do this, the template of how this works is you read the passage 3 times. And if you haven't done that, I hope you will do that. And then you look for what it says about God, what it says about us, and then what do we do with that? And so let's dive right into it. It's a great passage. It comes right off of the 8 woes to the leadership of Israel, the religious leaders. And it comes right into Christ and his lament, his love for the people, for his chosen ones, is now in a lament. And in verses 37 there, we see that he says, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the ones who kill the prophets that are being sent to you, the ones that are sent to you to help you, you have a tendency to reject and even kill some of them. And even Christ himself, who's coming to gather them, they're going to reject him also and kill him. And but he does so. He says, hey, you reject me. And then in that next verse there, or in the latter parts of this verse, he says, how often I wanted to gather you to me, like a hen gathers its chicks. His sovereignty on display. He is God. I wanted to gather you to me, but also the willful choice of rejecting him. So man's own responsibility is represented in this also. So as a sovereign God, he could have just gathered us to him. He could have forced that, but he puts the responsibility on us. So he's a loving God, a loving Savior who's saying, I'm lamenting over the fact that I send you help and you keep rejecting it. I want to gather you, but you keep willfully rejecting me. And so I know I'm mixing up what his doing is in this passage and ours, so you just kind of have to work with me on that. But you reject him, he wants to gather you so badly, but you reject. He's talking to an unbelieving nation. I've sent you salvation through myself. He's telling us today, I'm sending you my son. Jesus has said, I'm here to gather you, but you keep rejecting me. And then the result of that rejection, you're left without hope. You're left with a desolate house. You've got empty temples. Isn't this true in America today? We have temples, we have large buildings where people are gathering, but they've left Christ outside. They willfully reject him. And so, but yet, he doesn't leave without hope. He says, there's coming a time where you're not going to see me anymore. And of course, we don't see him today anymore. We have his word that we see him through, but they were physically able to view him. But there's coming a day where you will see me once again. I'm going to return. And he said, you're going to see me in that day, and you're going to say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. And so, what's our job? What does this make us, should this make us want to do? Well, first of all, if you're in that category of you keep rejecting him, I would trust that you would see him as the loving Savior who wants to gather you to himself. Don't run from your help. My mom used to tell me that when I was a kid. Son, do not run from your help. Run toward your help. Well, Christ is the only answer for you. So run toward him. Don't run from him. So us as believers, we need to make sure that we continue to implore those around us to be reconciled to him. If you're an unbeliever today and you just happen to be watching this, you need to know that Christ is the Savior of the world. He came to rescue and redeem, to reconcile us back to the Father. Please don't willfully reject him and have a house that's left desolate without hope. Those are the things I see in the passage. I hope that you see some of those. You may have seen some things differently. Great. That's good. I'm glad you're able to. That's the whole point of this, is that we look into the Word and we find out what it says to us. And then what do we do with it? So there you go. So please come back tomorrow, as we'll be having one of our leaders from the church will be leading you in a prayer time. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a great week, and hopefully you'll continue to join us on a daily basis, which I believe will make your week better. All right. Love you all. Can't wait to see you again. See you tomorrow right here.